Welcome.
to Dark Narratives. I'm Isabella.
And I'm Alexandria. Hey creatures, it's just me, Alexandria. I'm literally recording in the parking lot of my daughter's dance studio. Just for you guys, I'm glad you're here. No, Isabella, I know I miss her too, but we will both be back for a crazy tale for you guys on May 1st. We're just taking some time with our family for the Easter break, and that is why I am going to cover some burning questions you have about Easter. Also, I'm rationing my water, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever done a fitness competition, but I feel like I'm on prep because I only have a little bit of water here, and I don't only taking tiny little sips because I don't want to end up sounding like I'm dehydrated. So let's get into this. First of all, Easter this year, Easter Sunday is April 20th, 420, happy 420. Where did the Easter Bunny originate? The bunny, originally called Osterhaus, or Easter hare, who lays a nest of colorful eggs for well-behaved children, hails from Germany. The earliest known mention, according to a Dictionary of English Folklore, is a German text from 1572. When translated, reads, quote, "Do not worry if the Easter Bunny escapes you. Should we miss his eggs, we will cook the nest." All right. So now we're skipping forward to 1682, so 110 years, and we find the German physician and botanist George Frank von Frankenau recounting the children's story of Osterhaus, who laid eggs in the garden, which children would hunt for, just like our Easter egg hunt today. In Germany, as in America and elsewhere, like Canada, traditions surrounding the Easter Bunny grew more elaborate with time, featuring chocolate bunny eggs and Easter chocolate eggs, as well as toys. Next, when did the Easter Bunny come over to North America? Mr. Bunny over here hopped continents and landed in Pennsylvania's Dutch community in colonial America no later than 1757, possibly earlier, but we're going with 1757. According to Stephen Winnick, PhD of the Library of Congress's American Folklore Center, in his article On the Bunny Trail, In Search of the Easter Bunny, the scholar bases that date on the year a young artist named Johann Conrad Gilbert immigrated to Pennsylvania from Germany. Later in his life, Gilbert would produce two famous drawings of the Easter Bunny. Our earliest hard evidence of an American Easter Bunny, since the artist must have known the German tradition from his youth, writes Winnick. He would have carried it with him across Atlantic, though it's possible the Easter Bunny preceded him. Writings from the 1800s begin to show us a more complete picture of the Pennsylvania Dutch traditions, with recollections of children building nests, sometimes using their bonnets or caps, and leaving edible flowers to encourage the Easter Bunny to lay colorful eggs. After church on Easter Sunday, children participated in egg hunts and other games. So, what does the Easter Bunny have to do with Jesus, you ask? I am not religious, but I will let you know the Easter Bunny is not in the Bible and is not related to the resurrection story of Jesus that Christians celebrate on Easter Sunday. Rabbits and hares, along with eggs, are general symbols of spring and renewal that have become integrated into the holiday celebration through centuries. These symbols do have some ties to Christian art and traditions, though. Rabbits and hares have long been associated with Jesus' mother, Mary. The 16th century painting, The Madonna of the Rabbit, by Italian artist Titan, for instance, shows Mary with a white rabbit by her side. And as for the Easter Bunny's eggs, traditionally, eggs were not eaten during the Christian observance of Lent, according to a Dictionary of English Folklore. Instead, they were preserved or hard-boiled to save for Easter. The result? An abundance of eggs for decorating egg hunts and other Easter traditions. In some traditions, the eggs used in these activities were imbued with religious meaning. So I just learned that. Is the Easter Bunny pagan? There is not a definite link in recorded history between the Easter Bunny and ancient paganism. It is possible there is some aspect of the legend that predates Christianity, yes, but the following story is not it. A popular and often reported tale goes that Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring, Yoster, or the Germanic goddess Ostara, depending on the version, transformed a bird into a hare, after which the grateful hare laid colorful eggs in thanks. While this story seems to provide an answer to the often pondered question, why isn't the Easter Bunny a chicken? Here's where it gets hairy. The legend appears to only date back to the 19th century. Stephen Winnick, PhD of the Library of Congress's American Folklore Center, pretty handily takes the myth apart in his article, Ostara and the Hare, by tracing the legend to its roots. The earliest connection between the hare and Ostara he could find only dates back to 1874, when German professor Adolf Holtzmann said, quote, "The Easter hare is inexplicable to me, but probably the hare was the scared animal of Ostara, just as there was a hare on the statue of the Celtic goddess Abnoba," later adding, "The hare must once have been a bird because it lays eggs." From there, you might say that journalists of the era, penning holiday content for newspaper and magazines in the late 19th and early 20th century, got a wild hare, and so they called pagan legends pro-life rated. While bunny tales aside, it is the realm of possibilities that hares were reverted in pagan cultures. British archaeologist Nina Crummy has suggested that hare motif brooches from the late Iron Age and late Roman period found clusters in areas associated with Yoster might indicate the existence of the Celtic hare deity. Additionally, ancient skeletons of hares and chickens that were buried with care in Britain with no markings of butchering indicates that animal's special statue and lends credence to Julius Caesar's account that the Britons considered it contrary to divine law to eat the hare, the chicken, or the goose. They raise these, however, for their own amusement or pleasure. In Sweden, however, the holiday takes a rather unusual and otherworldly twist. Legend has it that Maundy, Thursday, the Thursday before Easter, so the day you are listening to this, witches in Sweden and Finland take flight on their broomsticks. Known as Paskkarringar, they head to the mystical island of Lakola to gather their other dark creatures. The Paskkarringar join the devil to celebrate the witches' Sabbath that lasts until Easter Sunday. Folklore tales even claim that the chaos of Lakola spilled over into the real world during this time, making it a period of potential mischief and unrest. It's hard to say exactly when they began, but Sweden's tradition of Easter witches have been around since at least the 1800s. Back then, it was mainly young adults who ran around on Easter Saturday, dressing up as witches and trolls. They would smear soot on their soot and poo. They would smear soot on their faces, wear masks, and even sport mossy eyebrows. Decked out in Easter garb, they would turn the world upside down, causing good-natured mischief throughout the town. As years went on, the tradition evolved. Children dress up as witches and go door to door, Maundy, Thursday, or Holly Saturday for treats, depending on who you talk to. I guess you can go Thursday or the Holly Saturday. At each house, they would wish the owner glad påsk or happy Easter. In addition, some children sing as they go door to door, while others give letters filled with sweets to their neighbors. This practice is a modern twist on the older belief that witches would fly to a mountain on Maundy Thursday to meet with the devil. So people would light bonfires to scare them away, which is why bonfires and fireworks are still common during the Easter weekend over there, which is cool. So now the burning question that is all on our mind, is the Easter Bunny real? Is he? Is the Easter Bunny real? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, wake up every Easter Sunday to hidden little chocolate eggs all over my house, and my children and I have to find them. And I mean, who but the Easter Bunny would be hiding these chocolates. It wasn't me. So is the Easter Bunny real? I guess we'll never know. And that's it for this week.
Remember, it's a dark world out there.
See you, creatures, next week.